What's up, you guys? My name is Lauren. I'm one of your coaches here at EDF, and I'm here to talk to you guys about how to go about eating out when you are tracking macros. Now, there's quite a few different approaches that you can take when it comes to tracking macros at restaurants, and it really depends on how specific you want to get, what your goals are, and how long you have to accomplish your goals. So I'm going to start at the very strict and then work my way down to the very laid back, loose, whatever. So first of all, if you are a physique athlete, a bikini contest, a bikini competitor, anything like that, and you are going into a peak week and it is right before the show, then yes, you should take your scale to the restaurant. You should take your Tupperware container full of food to the restaurant and eat that so they can hit your macros perfectly. That's an example of somebody who has a very, very strict timed goal and they don't have any time to mess around at all. So if you are not that, please do not take your Tupperware to the restaurant. Please do not take a scale to a restaurant. There is a better way, something that's going to be more sustainable for you and something that's going to make your life more enjoyable, because dieting is important and we do want to get to a healthy weight, but at the same time, we don't want you to be miserable. And Erin or I will never ask you to do something that we want to do ourselves. And I would not personally take my Tupperware to a restaurant when the rest of my family is enjoying a restaurant meal. Okay, so that's our most strict way that we can possibly do it. The next thing from there is using restaurants that you know the exact macros of. Good examples of this would be Chipotle or Panera, because you can go online and look at their menus and they can tell you the exact macros that are in your meal. Chipotle is a really good example of this because they have a nutrition calculator online, so you can go and you can actually plug in your exact meal. Like if you ask for half cheese on top of your burrito bowl or whatever, then you can actually figure out how that impacts the nutrition of the bowl. So that's a really, really good option. That's going to be really specific. You're going to be able to track that in MyFitnessPal and you'll be able to hit your macros that day. Panera is similar to that. I'm trying to think, I think Subway has that too. Bareburger, which I'm not sure if that's just Columbus, but regardless, I'll leave a couple other options down in the description box with restaurants that have nutrition calculators online. So to go back to that, we have taking your food to the restaurant, taking a scale to the restaurant, that kind of crap. And then we have a nutrition calculator online so you can get the exact macros. The next thing we want to go to is estimation. And I actually have a great example of doing this today because I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, whatever. And I'm trying to be really strict today. And so I actually tracked my meal using estimation, and here's how I did it. So this place was called which is a chain, and they had a menu, if you can see that, they had a menu where you can build your own salad. And so I went through, I got a salad with lettuce and spinach, then I put red onions, bell peppers, roasted red peppers, banana peppers, chicken, and I believe just vinegar on top of that. And I have a picture of it too. Oh, I forgot, I put avocado on it too. So here's what it looks like. One of the things I like about this is that you can see all the ingredients right there. So all I did was I went into MyFitnessPal and I plugged in all those ingredients. So which actually does have their proteins listed in MyFitnessPal, so I was able to get the exact protein that they used. And so it was chicken. Then I put in lettuce, spinach, green bell pepper, red peppers, banana pepper, red onion, guacamole, vinegar. That's the salad. And I have a good eye for estimation because I've tracked macros for a long time. So I can look at something and say, oh, that's about 6 ounces of chicken, or whatever the case may be. You will have to develop that over time. It doesn't come like naturally. So Is your estimation going to be perfect to the gram? Probably not, but it's going to be close. And when you have a close estimation like that, you can work the rest of your day around it. Whereas if you don't estimate at all and you just say, oh, like, let's just kind of let the rest of the day go because I'm not sure what's in this, so I know I can't hit my macros today, that's going to ensure that you're nowhere near your macros. So this is a really good option of being able to go out and eat normally and not feel restricted, but also have a good estimation in your FitnessPal. So going back to the beginning, we have the really strict, bringing your Tupperware, you're not gonna do that. We have using restaurants that have macro calculators only. You can do that, that's a great choice. Then we have estimation. I love estimation, and I highly encourage you to practice it because you're not going to get any better at it until you practice. And when you can get good at estimation, that's when this whole lifestyle becomes really fun because you can still live life and enjoy food while still making progress. The last choice that you have is that you can consider something a free meal. Like I told you before, Erin and I are never going to ask you to do something that we would not do. So that means that Erin and I still have free meals from time to time. Sometimes there are restaurants where, you know, like for instance, BJ's for me. I'm not sure, I think BJ's is a chain. BJ's Brew House. They have this amazing dessert called a paizuki, which is like an easy bake oven cookie basically, and has ice cream on it. I'm not going to track that. That's just not something that I'm going to do. Does that mean that I'm gonna have a paizuki once a week? No. Does that mean that I might go without a paizuki for several months when I'm trying to achieve fat loss goals? Yes. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I just have to put paizukis out of my mind and try not to think about them. But someday I will have a paizuki again, and very likely I will not track it. So when you have a situation like that, first of all, you stop to analyze your goals. Like I said, right now is not my time for paizukis, and sometimes that's the case, and you have to do something else instead. So analyze your goals, and then I want you to adjust your expectations. If you're in a fat loss phase and you go to a restaurant and you have a free meal of, you know, a burger, and then you have a paizuki, the chances of you losing fat that week, yes, it can not mess up your whole week, but it can cause you to not lose fat that week because it kicks you so high over the calories you're supposed to be in. And that could be the case. So you have to ask yourself, am I okay not making progress right now so that I can have this meal? If the answer is yes, then you enjoy the meal and you move on with your life. You don't need to do extra cardio. You don't need to do like cut calories the next day. You just need to go on with your daily routine. So those are really your options. There's not a final option where you get to eat whatever you want and you still get to have the results. So keep that in mind, that whatever you're doing in your life has to match the expectations of what results you're hoping to achieve. I'm going to leave a couple things down in the description box that go over some macro-friendly choices. A lot of times, like what I did this week, I've never really spent a lot of time in Louisville. So before I got here, researched healthy restaurants in Louisville, and I looked for restaurants where I knew I was going to be able to calculate the macros. And that's because I'm being strict right now. So I will leave all that info in the description box. Leave any questions that you have, and I hope this was helpful for you guys.